Hey there, guys and guys, Vetemor here, and welcome to the latest episode of the Vetcast. Today's guest is Godson for the win, a veteran YouTuber with over 8 years of experience making Clash of Clans videos. So, how are you doing, bro?
I'm good. Thank you for inviting me on. I think this is really awesome. I'm really excited to play Illuvium and happy to be on your channel. And I think this is really cool. Working with other YouTubers has been a difficult thing because if you don't have the subscriber count to be on their channel, they probably won't invite you on. So it's nice to have like other YouTubers approach me and say, "Hey, let's do a video together." So I'm really excited to be here and thank you for inviting me.
We're all at a level playing field still when it comes to Illuvium. We're all just getting started. So to kick things off, can you give us a quick rundown of sort of who you are, your history with YouTube and with gaming, and what's actually led you to Illuvium?
So I've been gaming for a long time now. I started actually doing YouTube around the time when Smash Brothers came out. I'm not sure if you know Smash Brothers, but it was an N64 game, and I just kept making videos. That's why I like when I see Grant, you guys doing AMAs with Grant. It's more of a personal thing when he does the AMAs because I can really compare a lot of his journey with myself. I did YouTube videos, editing, learning new programs, and that translated into like a gaming career. I played Clash of Clans for more than 8 years now, and I've went from one subscriber all the way almost up to 3 million. So I know the ins and outs of being on YouTube, and I'll get a little bit more into what happened to my channel, but I really just am excited to be playing Illuvium because it's offered a lot of YouTubers like myself another chance and another opportunity to get in something that I feel is going to be really monumental in the crypto sphere. So yeah, I've been playing for 8 years. I've had 8 years experience playing Clash of Clans. It's a mobile game. Not sure if you guys are familiar with it, but it was, I believe, the most popular mobile game in the world for I think more than 3 or 4 years straight. And then they made another game, Clash Royale. Then that came up and topped it. But I have a couple of experience playing mobile games, which is still gaming, but getting into Illuvium, it's gonna be a little different fit for me because it's a PC game. But I might just play Illuvium 0. But yeah, just happy to be on and thank you for bringing me.
Yeah, my next question was literally going to be: do you plan on playing like the main game or just Illuvium 0 or like a bit of both?
Yeah, so this is the thing. So after playing mobile games for so long, you kind of like the feel of walking around with the game because really my phone is my work. And so when I'm out eating or traveling or doing whatever, I could just pick up my phone and play, and I could work that way. But with Illuvium, it's going to be a PC game, so this is going to be a little bit of a different feel for me. I'm not sure if I should do a grind on Twitch or on YouTube, or just stick to the Illuvium 0 if it's something that's really interesting. We are yet to see how Illuvium 0 will be. Is it going to be something really fun and engaging? Because I know that's the priority that Illuvium, the DAO, is focusing on. They're not really focusing on too much about the revenue aspect, which they are, but having the game really fun and engaging for new players and people, I think that's what they're focusing on. And then the whole infrastructure of the economy and the revenues and everything that comes second. So I'm just really excited to see about Illuvium 0. If that's something really cool, I think I'll just stick to that. We'll have to see, and then I'll just play that on my main channel. But yeah, it's just an anomaly. What it'll be, we'll have to see.
Yeah, my sort of concern with like only making Illuvium 0 is sort of that it is sort of a mini game, and it might not be as like deep as Clash of Clans because there's a lot more like extra functions in Clash of Clans. Although I'm guessing they will also be building it out to have bonus features, and they have said like it started off as a mini game, but it's actually ended up being like a game in its own right. But as always, like we'll see once it comes out exactly how much fun and how engaging it is, especially for like content, right?
Yeah.
Um,
And so I actually, let me just touch on that real quick that you mentioned there, because that's really a big thing that I've noticed in a lot of traditional games right now. They have this rudimentary element of a play to achieve kind of thing, where Clash of Clans mostly is about grinding your way up to unlock features, to get, items, or to upgrade buildings and resources so that you can basically play at the top level with other people. So right now we've gotten up to like a Town Hall 13, which took years and thousands of dollars for me to get that high. And the whole concept of the play to achieve, or play to achieve, is what I would say. Really don't have a better term, for lack of a better term, but basically they would incentivize a lot of players that kind of fell away with, like, if you log in, you'd see a lot of stuff that you've missed, or some notification on your phone. Hey, your army's, still there. We need you. And what we would do is we'd get into the game and we'd have to collect stuff. And there's incentives that they give us so that we have interest in the game. Maybe there's some discounts over here that'll help us speed up the upgrade timers or something. And that's cool and all. But I think what's really going to change gaming, and I feel this is something really important. I think Illuvium is going to be the leader in this, where they're allowing people to do a play to earn. A lot of games that I played in the past were play to win. And, that really puts people at a disadvantage. If they don't have lots of money to invest into the game, they can't really be the strongest, person ever. So with Illuvium, even if they can't be the strongest person ever at like a play to win, they have a play to earn. And I feel that's really going to help out a lot of people. You just don't understand what this is going to do to crypto gaming. And I feel that this is going to be really enticing and intriguing and attractive for a lot of YouTubers to come to crypto gaming, because they have that element. I did a lot of AMAs and talked to people about, like, what do you think about the top games right now? Like, Fortnite, where you buy a costume, but that money goes to the developers. It doesn't go back into the pool of Illuvium. And so I'm just really excited, and I'm gonna be, telling everyone to come over. It's gonna be a little bit of a learning curve for people to get into, crypto gaming, which is what I think me and you, that's pretty much our job, to help people understand the game and how to get into the game. That's probably much gonna be our focus. But I'm just really excited for, what Illuvium is gonna bring for the whole gaming market, the gaming economy.
No, definitely. And like, talking about Illuvium Zero, as we know, that's going to be like sold using a Dutch auction. And you were telling me before the video about another Dutch auction that you've actually recently sort of been a part of or seen, the Copper Fair launch. Sort of, how did that go, and how are your thoughts on Dutch auctions generally?
Yeah, so that's actually going to be a video I'm going to post hopefully pretty soon, maybe this weekend. But basically, if you guys are unfamiliar, there is another game. It's like, I feel it's going to be like maybe on par with Star Atlas, but it's called Sin City, SYN City. And they just had their auction right now. It's called a Copper Fair launch. And I believe this is exactly how it's going to happen with the Illuvium's land sale. So the price basically started up really high. It started at 20 cents. And then it deteriorated. And they were warning people, don't buy in, do your research. And like a fool, I bought in, because I'm like, oh, it's going live, you got to buy in now. So I bought in at 20 cents and it went down to like 18 cents. So I'm like, oh man, I'm losing money. But some people bought in and they kept it there. So, that's good and that's bad. But anyways, I got out and I was just watching the price dip down and go down and deteriorate. And then it went all the way down to 4 cents, right? And that's when like the price kind of like flatlined right there. And I felt, that's probably when I want to get in on Illuvium's land sale. When it flatlines, that's people actually buying right there. And then it bounced up really high. It went to 6 cents. And now I feel like I missed out. But I feel that's probably how the Dutch auction is going to go. And of course, I'll be posting that in a video coming up. But I'm just really excited for the Dutch auction. I know, like, got to get in at these good prices, because if you miss that 4 cents or that price, that flats line, it only goes up from there, because people understand that's the floor, So I think that's important for people to see if they're going to get the land sale.
obviously in the land sale, there's only like each piece of land is a single piece of land, and like once it's bought, like it stops, the price of it stops going down for that particular piece because it's been bought. But then every new like batch will be sort of seeing where does it flatline on average, where does it end up getting bought, and we'll sort of be able to determine where's the lowest low that we can potentially get in at. I'm excited to see that because there's going to be a lot of different strategies going on there. To kind of change topics. Now, one thing that I think also is going to have a huge impact on Illuvium reaching mainstream adoption, sort of as you said, is people like us making videos about Illuvium, and also like streaming Illuvium. So, with your years of making videos, what would be your advice for somebody today that's actually listening to this, that's considering maybe streaming Illuvium when it comes out, or generally just making content about it and getting started?
So I feel like really this is why I'm so excited for Illuvium, is because I've had a lot of experience playing mobile games, playing being on YouTube, just playing games in general, and growing my channel. So I understand what works. And when my channel got hacked, I'm not sure if you guys saw a recent video about this, and I'm going to touch on this a little later on in this AMA, but I had to switch over to another game, and I found it completely difficult to do this. I tried to get into Fortnite, but having your audience play a new game, you know, it doesn't really mesh well. So you kind of have to start new or hope that a lot of your audience plays that game. I try to get into Minecraft. I try to do a lot of things that just didn't work out for my channel type. So it is really competitive to get into a new game where the top YouTubers haven't already saturated the market. And so I feel Illuvium, since it's a crypto game, this is new territory that a lot of YouTubers haven't touched yet. And really, if you just look at all the YouTubers right now, there's not a lot of us. And I feel this is ground bottoms for you guys to get into this and start making content. This is a really great opportunity for a lot of people, because I do feel that Illuvium is going to be probably the #1 or the top 5 crypto games in the world. I just really want to stress that, you know, getting in early, starting now is a really great thing for you guys, because a lot of these games are hard to get into because of the saturation of the market, saturation of top players taking over the games and just, you know, bringing all their fans in. But yeah, hopefully that answered the question. I just went off on a tangent there, but yeah.
No, but yeah, we're totally super early. For anyone that's thinking about starting any kind of content, we're early, even like 6 months into the game coming out. It's still like pretty early, but getting in from the ground up, like from day one, is obviously like an advantage.
Right. And I want to just expand a little bit on that, because I did touch on that. I just might as well talk about it now. With this AMA, I felt the minimum you guys could get out of this is the story of what happened to me, so that you guys, you YouTubers, even you, Vetemor, can learn from this, or even future YouTubers if you're seeing this. So what happened with my channel, I told a couple people, I did the story on my channel, but basically I got hacked. And what happened was, and this could happen to anybody. There's so many scams going on right now. It's unbelievable that the FBI and nobody's all over this. But with my channel, I get a lot of brand deals. Basically, people coming and approaching me through email or through, you know, social media, and asking me to promote a product for them or review a video. And a gaming company asked me, hey, can you review a video for us? We'll pay you like $2,000 if you just talk about the game trailer. So they went through an email, you know, my business email, and they asked me to just go ahead and download the trailer and look at it. And I downloaded the trailer. It's a new game coming out. Just download the trailer. Tell us what you think. So I went to go ahead, download the trailer, and that gave them access into my computer. Just downloading the trailer. I thought it was a trailer. It looked like a legit company. They had a website. They had a phone number. They had everything. Downloaded this thing. They got into my computer and they took over my YouTube channel. If you go into YouTube right now, you will see live streams of the founder of Ethereum, ADA, Dogecoin. All of them are doing live streams right now. Those are actually compromised channels. right?
So
they
you've not
compromised.
managed to get your channel back still?
I was able to get it back, but they compromised my channel. And you can see channels right now on YouTube that are compromised because they take over the channels, and these channels have, like, in my case, 3 million, almost 3 million subscribers. People thought this was legit. It was ADA on my channel, and people were donating to this address. But what happened was they flagged my channel because of that. YouTube algorithm kicked in and they blocked me for 2 weeks. And then I was like, I call it shadow ban, where the algorithm doesn't promote me anymore on the sidebar. So really it screwed me over. And so I'm having to start over, and, you know, going through trying to find new games that I can play Fortnite, just what really wasn't working for me. So that's why I'm saying Illuvium is really a great opportunity. But guys, let me just tell you, if you're a YouTuber now and you're a veteran YouTuber, or you're just starting out, be very careful what people come to you with. If they come to you with a really great opportunity, it could be just something so simple as just look at this picture and tell us what you think, or download this file and tell us what you think. You have to really separate your crypto and your business from each other. Have a laptop with nothing on it. Don't have your wallet, don't have your crypto, nothing on that laptop, and do all your business over there. And have all your wallet and everything on a separate thing. Get a ledger, protect your stuff, because so many people are trying to, even big companies. I was on an AMA today, and there was a big company. I forgot what it was. It was like a node company, but these guys were hacked too. They were trying to get listed on KuCoin, and the people scammed them out of their funds. They thought it was like legit KuCoin trying to list them, and they got scammed that way. So it is really, like, scary in the market right now. You guys be very careful. Protect your assets, protect your wallets, protect your games. Because even if you've been playing Illuvium for 2 years, 3 years, you know, you could still get your account compromised, and that's it. It's gone. So just be careful, guys.
Yeah, certainly, like, anyone that messages you in any way, like, whether you're a YouTuber, whether you're not, always be very, very careful. The majority of things are scams. If people are approaching you, you can always ask for, like, if they want you to open a video, you can just be like, well, like, if you send me a YouTube link, you know, I can look at a YouTube link. Or there's different ways to look at things that's not dodgy. I've already encountered this a few times. And the other thing with, like, crypto wallets is a lot of people don't have a ledger because they're like, oh, it looks too complicated, it looks too difficult to use. I'm actually considering making an actual tutorial on it, on how to use one, because once you set one up, it's like 15-20 minutes, like 30 max to set up, and then it's like almost no difference to how you were using MetaMask anyway, except now you can't get hacked, you can't lose all your money. I've seen people lose like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Well, you actually still could get hacked with a ledger and with the MetaMask, and that's something you also need to tell them too, because I just saw a couple videos on this. If you have a ledger, you're basically reviewing the transactions before you confirm it. But if you go to a website or a crypto, you know, place, a DApp, and you allow them access, right, a whitelisting, right, they still have access to your wallet, so you can be whitelisted on their app, and whenever you put money into that wallet, they can just pull that. So that's also a thing we have to worry about.
No, for sure. You gotta make sure you're not clicking on dodgy stuff. Potentially having multiple wallets. It's tough. It's tough out here. We gotta watch ourselves when it comes to these scams and things.
Yeah.
If you're going out and doing things that you don't usually do, connecting to protocols you don't usually connect to, I personally go into a different wallet than I usually use. I have a random hot wallet that I can do all kinds of dodgy stuff with it, and then at the end of the day, when I can send back any, like, NFTs or stuff that I've gotten or things, and if that wallet ends up compromised and I lose that bag, it's just like gone out for a run, it's not come home. You know, it happens, but I haven't lost my entire bag, which, you know.
Yeah, so I think that's going to be really important for us, like, because bringing new people in to the community, they're going to see videos like ours, and, like, if they don't see, like, one of the top videos on our channel is like how to protect your account, how to protect your money, how to protect, you know, because these are one of the most important things that they can do. I think they're gonna fail, and this is probably gonna discourage a lot of people getting into crypto gaming. So I feel it's up to us. And Illuvium, they said they're gonna try and do like a KYC if they want to opt into that. Then if your account gets hacked or stolen, they have you on file there. We'll have to see if they do that or not, but hopefully it works.
I kind of hope they do, because it will really help people that are like just straight mainstream and they're not really interested in understanding crypto. They just want to play the game. And then if they can just within the game be buying, Ethereum with their credit card or debit card, and then just going straight in, it will be way better for accessibility, and they don't need to be worried about their security, which can be a huge thing. And then when it comes to just like YouTube overall and like staying in the keep creating videos over the long term, years and years, how do you stay consistent over the long term and continue making content like that? What would your tips be for anyone who hasn't even like started yet?
Yeah, so that's more of a personal thing that I think everyone can deal with. Really, when you're starting out, you're probably not going to be too consistent with video uploads. But as you start growing and people are relying on you and they're waiting for your content, this makes it really attractive for you to actually produce a video and bringing out. So with me, it wasn't until I was hitting like 15,000 subscribers where I actually dedicated myself to making videos consistently every day. And really, it was hard to make more than 2. So I just stuck to one video per day if I could. And just keep doing that and grinding that. And really it's not so much of a job. It's really fun. And I would really be doing this rather than doing something else. You're basically producing videos for people, your fans, your community on a daily basis. Not that, you guys want to do YouTube or anything. You might just want to do, tutorials or just do the game itself. So I feel like if you just start off small and work your way up from there, do little things here and there that, you feel could help you become consistent on a daily basis. I feel that's really going to help you out on your channel. If you're going to do YouTube or Twitch, then just, start small and work your way up.
Nice. Thanks. Moving to Illuvium gameplay, from what we've seen so far from the leaks, what parts of the main game are most exciting to you?
So when we're talking about the leaks and what's most exciting for me, really, like this is the thing. When I look at the leaks, I see a lot of character leaks. Really, that's what it is. I really appreciate the detail that's going into the game. This is a AAA game, right? Grant has been doing some live streams and he's been, showing us how he's creating this. Really fascinating stuff to watch, because I've been, I've wanted actually to do an AMA with him, because I've started out doing editing contests, and literally, bro, I started out knowing nothing about video editing programs. I had to learn about Sony Vegas, Adobe After Effects, 4DS Studio, Maya, all these programs I had to learn from scratch. And just talking to people that are doing this for as a career is really exciting. So when I see the leaks, I see all the detail going into it, and it's just really intriguing for me to see that stuff. So really what excites me the most is the characters. However, I am very worried about learning 150 Illuvials. How is this even possible? And a lot of the names, they're not just like some generic name. They're actually like really big names that we're going to have to learn. Axodon, oh my gosh. Or did I even get that right? I can't imagine like...
You did.
I can't imagine if they hire in the esports, right? If they hire people, esports announcers that come on and talk about it, like they're not going to know all these names. They probably have to do something, bro. So the characters is great. The only thing I'm worried about is there is another game that I played. That was a mobile game where they were introducing character every week, right? And this actually hurt the game. They're introducing too many characters, and people couldn't catch up. And that really, I don't know if it destroyed the game, but it hurt the game. So if they're if this is trying to be like Pokemon, 150 is nice. I don't know if we're going to remember it all, but we'll have to see. We'll definitely have to see what happens here.
Well, I believe Pokemon have like over 300 characters.
Oh my God.
Obviously, they've been developed over the years. And I was talking to Grant recently, and he was saying like we might even only start with like a set amount of characters, maybe not even the full 150, and like have them come in over the course of like a few months or whatever, or maybe as like new regions are made. Like they're not even certain about that yet. But then once they are introducing new characters and then taking away older characters, they're going to do it very gradually. It's not going to be like all at once, and it's not going to be like a new character every week or every day. Like exactly how it happened, I think we'll see. But yeah. But what is your favorite Illuvial otherwise?
Oh, did I get it right? Axodon? That guy looks pretty cool. It's really hard because there's a lot of Illuvials that we haven't seen yet. So just to say like, oh, this is my favorite, and then when a new one comes out, I'll probably not be loyal and just go to this guy over here. We'll definitely have to see. But so far, yeah, the Illuvials are nice. The water type is really, really cool for me. But after watching a lot of gameplay and tournaments, I understand that it's not so much about what's the coolest looking one, it's actually what's the strongest one. And so I'm worried, will the fire types be the most strongest? That makes me like them the most because I like winning, so definitely be my new favorite type. If you're a fire type and you're winning over this water type that I really love, you'll probably be my favorite if you can win a lot. We'll have to see.
Well, obviously though, there are like synergies, so you can be the most strong fire type and I can get a bucket of water and you're fucked.
Oh,
so, so it depends on like what you are. Like obviously, if you're like the like earth, the fire is probably gonna burn you. So there'll be different like combinations, and it will actually be very balanced.
Also, with the whole thing that is coming out with the Illuvials going away, right? I think that I saw an AMA where they're talking about like after a certain time frame, they're just gonna cut them off. Right, so they're not going to exist anymore. They'll probably be out in the open world, but you have to catch those. But they're not gonna, they're not going to be produced anymore. They're not going to be, out there anymore. You're going to have to catch them quick. So it might just, we'll have to see what happens during the longevity of the game. If there's a certain Illuvial that's pretty hard to get, probably that might be my favorite one. We'll have to see.
Well, once they cut them off, the new Illuvials that come in, they will be like having very similar stats. So the game's gonna still be playable with the newer characters. You could never have a single one of these older characters, but they're obviously gonna be more valuable in the long term because they're gonna be those rare OG Genesis Illuvials. They're not gonna have a power advantage or disadvantage, but they're just gonna be like the legends, the OGs.
Right. Yeah, so really, like trying to get the Illuvials that have really good stats, I think that's going to be key for me. Getting those ones with the great stats that can sync up with the other ones, and then forming them into a next tier level. That's going to be really awesome. That I'm just so excited. I can't wait for this Pred Bennett. Hurry up!
I'm excited as well, bro. Just sort of wrap things up. Let's talk a little bit on your thoughts on the trailer.
Yeah. So the trailer. So, maybe this is something we could both talk about here as like one of the last questions here, because I've looked at the trailer. The trailer is awesome. If you guys haven't seen the trailer, go see it. But basically, the one of the main characters, if she's the main character, crash landed, and then she goes into battle. And she's, I believe it's like a dream sequence she has where she's going back and she's, training up and catching the Illuvials. And then she pulls out a really strong Illuvial, and then that basically wins her the fight. But we really haven't seen too much of the lore aspect here. We've seen it was that a cinematic that is going to be the theme of the game. Yes, of course. But what about the lore of the game? So I'm really just curious, will we have cinematics in the game like some of the games I've been playing are Halo Infinite, and like they start you off with a cinematic, then you get into the gameplay, it looks really awesome, really cool. But I'm just curious about the whole storyline, because there is a storyline, But how are they going to flesh this out? How, AAA are they going to make it here? This is really curious that I probably want to ask one of the co-founders about this. But also, I can ask you, what are your thoughts about this as well?
I think I've actually heard Aaron speak on this in one of his interviews. And from my understanding, like when everybody starts the game, I think we all get like the same cutscene. But the other factor is when you start playing the game, like the person that you saw in the trailer, that's the main character. And when you start playing the game, you are not the main character. You're just some guy, So you're actually one of the crew. And then when it comes to like progression in the game and further cutscenes and cinematics, obviously there'll be a cinematic mode every time you're in a battle. But as for actual like story, cutscene type cinematics, those are gonna happen rarely. And when they happen, they won't be something that like you've unlocked this, now you watch this. It will be like everybody in the whole game has unlocked this, and now you watch this.
Because like how Fortnite did, right? I think everyone had like this big cinematic, and they were all watching it real time or something. Like when you log into the game, then you get to see the cinematic. That's really interesting if they do it like that.
So it sounds like that's what they're gonna do, because the actual main character is progressing. She's the one progressing on the story, but then also when the game starts, there are only going to be like 3 regions available, and when it comes to unlocking the next region, it actually takes a player to do it. But once the first player does it, it unlocks for everyone. So they've actually said that maybe that first player that unlocks it, they will be in the cutscene.
Okay, so if you guys didn't catch that, basically whoever is first to unlock that will be the the person that unlocks the cut screen that everybody will see. That's really interesting. So hopefully we get Vetemor back on.
Okay, so I was just randomly disconnected there, but I'm back. I'm back in town. We've actually, honestly, it's been an absolute joy though to have you on. I think we've covered what we needed to cover. Thank you for coming on, man. Yeah.
Well, hey, thank you for having me. I hope that we can do this more in the future. Really, I am looking for some partners, because look, the whole idea of having a guild, that's going to be something amazing. And like, we could even have a YouTuber guild. We could have just, fire type guild. We could have something just going to be really cool with the guild. So it's going to be awesome. And hopefully, we'll do this long term, and other YouTubers, if you guys see this, come join us in our guild and let's just have a blast with this. So thank you for having me on. Always a pleasure to talk more about, the game that is really awesome so far.
I'll see you soon, bro.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
And as always, if you've got any thoughts or questions, leave them in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching. I'm Vetemor, you're the future, and I'll be seeing you guys there.